Look at your phone for a second. Not the screen, but the camera roll. Scroll slowly. What fills it? Is it food? Is it selfies? Or is it hundreds of photos of a creature that isn't human? A sleeping face, a funny pose, that same angle again and again. Think about your routines. You plan your day around them. You talk to them. You worry if they eat. You feel relief when they're safe. Most people don't see this part. They see the jokes. They hear the comments. You treat your pet like a child. They laugh. They roll their eyes. So you keep it private. The baby voice, the nicknames, the way your mood changes when they walk into the room. And part of you wonders, is this strange? Is this pretend? Is this me avoiding something? Here's the truth. This isn't childish. It isn't imagination. It isn't loneliness dressed up as love. It's neurological. Your brain doesn't stop and check species. It doesn't ask for logic. It reacts to attachment, to safety, to presence. When you feel that rush of warmth, your brain is doing exactly what it was built to do. Bond, protect, care. The real question isn't why you feel this. The real question is why it feels so real and why it matters so much. And you notice it quietly, without needing permission or explanation. This didn't appear out of nowhere. Something shifted. People are tired, not just physically, but emotionally. Conversations feel heavy. Relationships feel fragile. Everyone seems one argument away from distance. Plans fall apart. Messages go unanswered. Support feels conditional. Humans have become unpredictable. Affection comes with expectations. Care comes with rules. Love often feels like a negotiation. So the nervous system adapts. It looks for steadiness, for something that doesn't change its tone overnight, something that doesn't punish honesty. Pets offer that consistency. They don't disappear when you're overwhelmed. They don't withdraw when you're quiet. They don't keep score. After long days of managing emotions, explaining yourself, adjusting your personality, you come home to something simple, a presence, a routine, a life that meets you the same way, every day. This isn't escape. It isn't replacement. It's adjustment. When the world becomes loud and uncertain, the brain finds a place where care feels safe again. Not because humans failed, but because animals stayed emotionally available. This isn't about giving up on people. It's about giving your nervous system a break. And in this moment in history, that matters more than ever. It explains why this bond feels grounding, stabilizing, and deeply necessary right now for many people living through emotional pressure. Human children are meant to grow away from you. That is the goal, even if no one likes to say it out loud. You teach them to walk, so they can walk on their own. You teach them to think, so they can disagree with you. If you do it right, they eventually leave. That process is healthy, but it is also painful. A pet doesn't follow that path. They don't emotionally separate. They don't hit a phase where they reject you. They don't decide they no longer need you. They stay dependent, not helpless, but connected. For people who are sensitive to attachment, this matters more than they realize. There is no countdown, no fear of drifting apart, no moment where love turns complicated. The relationship stays stable, predictable, safe. You wake up and they still need you. You come home and they are still there. The bond doesn't demand distance to be healthy. This doesn't mean control, it means continuity. For some people, permanence feels calming. It lowers anxiety. It quiets the part of the brain that waits for abandonment. There is comfort in knowing the relationship will not change shape overnight. No sudden withdrawal, no emotional negotiation, just care returned consistently. That stability isn't weakness, it's security. And for many, that kind of bond feels like finally exhaling without bracing for loss. Look at their face, really look. Big eyes, rounded features, soft sounds, clumsy movements. Your brain reacts before you think. Before logic shows up. Before you choose anything. This is automatic. Humans are wired to protect small, vulnerable beings. It's old wiring, deep wiring. If something looks young, unsteady, and dependent, the brain flips a switch. Care this, protect this, keep this alive. Pets trigger that system constantly. They don't grow out of it. Their faces stay soft, their movements stay slightly awkward, their sounds stay simple. So your brain responds again and again. Oxytocin gets released, not in theory, in reality. The same bonding chemical tied to caregiving, trust, and attachment. The one that creates the feeling of, this is mine, and I am responsible. You didn't decide this. You didn't sit down and choose to feel parental. Your brain did it for you. That's why the feeling isn't playful. It's protective. It's serious. It carries weight. That's why you worry when they're sick. Why you feel alert when they're scared. Why your body reacts before your thoughts do. This isn't pretending. It's biology doing exactly what it evolved to do. Your brain doesn't label them as a pet first. It reads vulnerability first. And once that bond forms, it feels less like ownership and more like responsibility. Not because you wanted a child, but because your brain recognized one in its own way. Human attachment is complicated. It changes shape. It grows, stretches, sometimes breaks. People evolve, they get busy, they misunderstand each other. They disappoint even when they don't mean to. Love between humans often comes with conditions, unspoken rules, emotional bargaining. Who gives more? Who cares first? And for some people, that unpredictability feels heavy. Pets don't do that. They don't renegotiate the relationship. They don't punish distance with silence. They don't keep emotional score. The bond stays steady, simple, clear. This is why many people adopt animals when they feel the pull to start a family, but aren't ready for the weight of a human one. A real family feels unpredictable, permanent, life-altering. That responsibility can feel terrifying, so the heart looks for something safer, something that still feels like mine, someone to care for, someone to come home to. A pet fills that space without the same risk. You can love deeply without fear of rejection. You can attach without wondering if it will turn against you. For anxious and sensitive people, this matters. The pet becomes a secure base, a place where affection doesn't change its rules. This bond doesn't surprise you. It doesn't shame you. It doesn't leave. It stays emotionally available. And that consistency feels calming, not empty. It feels like relief. People like to say pet parents are filling a void, that they're avoiding something, that they settled. That's a shallow reading. Most people who treat pets like children aren't lacking care. They have too much of it. They notice needs quickly. They worry easily. They feel responsible for other people's comfort. Care doesn't disappear just because life is complicated. It looks for somewhere to land. For many millennials and Gen Z adults, traditional paths feel unstable. Housing is expensive. Jobs are uncertain. The future feels fragile, but the instinct to nurture stays alive. So it finds a place where it can be expressed safely. A place where love has direction. Where responsibility feels manageable. Pets aren't replacements in a negative sense. They're recipients. They allow someone to say, I am capable of protecting something. I can be consistent. I can show up. That matters. Choosing a pet can be a choice, not a failure. A way of saying, this is the family I can build right now. And in that role, people discover who they are. A caregiver, a protector, a steady presence. They aren't running from responsibility. They're practicing it. They're defining themselves through care on their own terms. Let's talk about the uncomfortable part, gently. Because this isn't about control in a bad way. It's about order. Life is noisy, unpredictable. Things change without warning. Jobs shift, people leave, plans collapse. For many people, that constant uncertainty keeps the body alert, tense, waiting. A pet creates a small, predictable world. You know when they eat, you know when they sleep, you know what calms them. That structure matters. It gives the nervous system something solid to hold on to. Care routines become grounding. Morning walks, feeding times, checking bowls, locking doors. These moments slow the mind down. They bring attention back to the present. They make chaos feel manageable. Taking responsibility for another living being creates order. Not dominance, not obsession, it's regulation. When you make sure they are safe, your body relaxes. When they settle, you settle. Their calm feeds yours. This is why it feels soothing, not controlling. You're not trying to rule something. You're trying to steady yourself. There is a line, of course. Care should support life, not shrink it. But for most people, this bond is stabilizing. It turns worry into action, fear into routine, chaos into care. And that feels like relief. It's quiet work, done daily, unseen, but powerful enough to bring balance back to a tired nervous system again and again. Not everyone treats their pet like a child for the same reason. The love looks similar, but the path there is different. First, there is the protector. This is the person who worries, who double-checks doors, who watches closely for signs something is wrong. They treat their pet like a child because vulnerability stands out to them. Safety matters. Protection feels natural. When their pet is okay, they can breathe. Then there is the companion. This bond is quiet, deep, constant. They talk to their pet, not because they expect answers, but because they feel understood. They choose time at home over noise, connection over crowds. Their pet becomes the one place they don't have to perform. For them, the pet isn't just dependent. It's presence, shared space, shared life. And then there is the restorer, often a rescue, often a story that starts with fear or damage. Caring for this animal feels like fixing something broken. Each act of patience proves the world can be gentle. Each small improvement feels personal. By helping them heal, they soothe something inside themselves. Different motivations, same result: care, attachment, belonging. There is no better or worse version here. No ranking of love. No right way to do this. Some protect, some connect, some repair. All of them are real. All of them matter. And all of them end up in the same place, loving a life that depends on them. That bond grows quietly, steadily, without asking permission or apology ever. Listen to how you speak to them. Not in public, but at home. The tone softens, the pace slows. You're okay, I've got you. It's all right. Those words matter. For many people, that voice was missing once. No one explained gently. No one waited patiently. No one stayed calm when things felt big. So without planning it, you start giving that care now. Not to yourself directly, but through them. You offer safety, reassurance, time. You repeat things. You don't rush. You don't punish fear. This is re-parenting, even if you never meant to do it. It happens quietly. Every walk becomes patience practice. Every accident becomes restraint. Every moment of comfort rewrites something old. You are proving again and again that care does not have to hurt, that love can be steady, that protection can be gentle. This is why jokes sting, why mockery cuts deeper than expected. People aren't laughing at a pet. They are laughing at a repair in progress. You aren't being dramatic. You aren't pretending. You are learning how to be kind in a way you were never taught, and you are doing it daily, without applause, without permission. That work is real, and it changes you. It shows up in small choices. How you stay, how you notice, how you don't disappear. You become the steady adult in the room, even when no one ever was for you. That shift matters, more than you think, more than anyone sees, and it begins with love given where it was once missing, without asking permission. First, when a pet dies, something collapses, not just emotionally, but structurally. Your days were built around them. Feeding times, walks, check-ins, and suddenly, all of that is gone. People often minimize this loss. They say, it was just an animal. They expect you to move on quickly, but the mind doesn't work that way. You didn't just lose a pet, you lost a routine, a responsibility, a role. You lost the one living being that witnessed your private life, the quiet moments, the hard days, the unfiltered version of you. That absence is loud. This kind of pain is often grief without permission. There's no script for it, no social pause, no clear support. So, you grieve alone. The house feels wrong. The silence feels heavier than noise. Care has nowhere to go, and that can shake your sense of self. You weren't too attached, you were bonded. The pain makes sense, even if others don't recognize it. Losing them hurts because loving them was real, and that truth doesn't need approval. It deserves space, it deserves time, and it deserves to be taken seriously, without being compared or explained away. Grief follows love, not logic. Always, even here, still. Family used to mean blood, last names, lineage, obligation. For a long time, belonging was decided for you at birth. You didn't choose it, you inherited it. But that definition is changing. Today, family is increasingly defined by presence, by who shows up, who stays, who takes responsibility for your well-being, and who you take responsibility for in return. Shared life matters more than shared DNA. Daily care, routine, reliability. When you treat a pet like family, you are responding to that shift. You are choosing connection over tradition, attachment over expectation. Love becomes the criteria, not biology, not social approval. Responsibility becomes the bond. Feeding, protecting, being there every day without applause. This isn't immaturity, it's emotional maturity. Chosen family requires awareness. It requires commitment without pressure, care without obligation. Belonging is no longer about where you came from. It's about who you are willing to stand beside, who shares your space, your time, your life. That redefinition isn't small. It's deliberate, and it reflects how humans are learning to build connection in a world that no longer guarantees it. Quietly, this shift is already shaping everyday emotional choices. So, if this is you, pause for a moment. There is nothing childish here. You are not confused, you are not weak, you are not failing at adulthood. You are responding to connection in the way your nervous system understands it. Caring deeply does not make you immature, it makes you capable. In a world that often rewards detachment, choosing care is a strength. Choosing presence is a skill. Loving a pet like family doesn't mean you couldn't love a human. It means you know how to show up, consistently, gently. You don't need to justify that bond. You don't need to explain it. You don't need permission. What you are doing is honest. It is grounded. It is real. You found a place where your care could land safely, where love didn't have to be defended or negotiated. That matters. So let go of the embarrassment. Release the need to downplay it. This attachment says something important about you, that you can commit, that you can protect, that you can stay. And in a world where so much is temporary, that ability has value. Loving deeply is not a mistake. Caring openly is not foolish. Showing tenderness is not something to outgrow. Sometimes strength looks quiet. It looks like responsibility. It looks like feeding, walking, waiting, staying. And sometimes, love doesn't need to make sense to anyone else. It only needs to be real. That is enough, always, here.